So we are here at Lighthouse and it's low tide and you can see these boulders are usually underwater, but there's sort of this shell hole right here and I wanted to come in and dig through some shells, and I think this will be a good place for you guys to kind of virtual shell. There's just so many shells. So we're gonna kind of just look through these and see some fun things. Here's a little apple murex and a little conch there. And oh, we have a little visitor. Hi. Oh my gosh, she's so cute. Okay. All right, we had a little doggy visitor there. Okay, you can see that there's a little tulip here. So you can see some of these shells are gonna be broken, but it's just a matter of kind of like digging through and seeing what's in here. And there's a big turbo right here. Look at this. This is so pretty. It's kind of yellow in the center. It's gonna be really pretty oiled up. I love turbos. Just put this in my shell bag here. I mean, there's just so many shells. Oh, here's a little piece of a nutmeg here. Look at that, a little hole in it, but still super cute. My gosh, you guys, this is like so crazy. Looking through here. Here's a paper fig. Look at this paper fig, you guys. This is so pretty. Super pretty. Oh, and here's a little, look here, you guys, little baby's ear. These are so fragile. Oh my gosh, you can see how it's kind of split right here. These are such a fragile shell. And it looks like a big cat's eye right here. Look here, a piece of one anyway. And here's a little whelk. It's kind of digging through. And it's hard because you want to kind of dig in without disturbing too much so you can see. Oh, look at this little horse conch. It's so cute. I love them when they're babies and they have a little white tip. So I'm trying to just gently dig around to not make it too cloudy. It's just so crazy. There's so many shells. Summer storms, people, summer storms. And here's another little conch right here. And here's a little tiny paper fig. Look how cute and little it is. Teeny. Let's just dig through here. This water is like so clear. Look at this little teeny conch. How cute. I love it when they have the little stripe on there. Here's another little juvenile fighting conch. This is a great place to find tinies. Oh, these little tiny whelk. Just gotta move the seaweed around a little bit. Let's see what we can find. There's a little, what is that, piece of a tulip? Wow, I get asked a lot what these are. These are tree snails, a piece of a land snail. It's still a shell. It's a piece of a shell. It's still a shell, but they're land snails, and we find them sometimes. They'll be on pilings or trees and fall in the water and then end up on the beach. Oops, I gotta get down here. Tulips. A lot of these are broken because they had a rough time getting in here with all the winds and the waves, and a lot of them get damaged in transit. And I hope you guys are getting a clear view because it's just crazy shelling. And hopefully you guys can kind of see. We're gonna come over here. Let me see what we got. You guys can see all the big fighting conchs there. There's a little whelk here. There it is. Little paper fig. Oh my gosh, I can feel like all of these breaking under my feet. I feel so bad for crunching them, these duck clams. Oh, look at this little urchin, little piece of one. And oh, here's the leopard crab shell. I love these, you guys. They're so pretty, but they're really hard to get home in one piece. Here's a tulip, tiptoeing through the tulips. I literally am tiptoeing through the tulips. And the duck clams, crushing them, trying not to. Oh, here's another, oh, it's just a piece. How crazy is this, you guys? I mean, this little murex here. Yep. A lot of them are broken, but a lot of them aren't. There's another little baby tulip right here. I love baby tulips. And I mean, these are just the big shells. These are just, you know, like, they can't miss them shells. They're just kind of laying up on the beach, the big fighting conchs and clams and that type of thing. But if you come up here and you look, you know, you'll find, oh, I think he's got a little crab in there. Yep. And here's a little really worn alphabet cone. It's seen some better days. And here's a pretty murex. Look at that. It's really pretty. Make sure nobody's home. There's lighthouse point, so there are lots of shells with critters, so you want to make sure, double check your shells. Rinse that off. Really pretty piece of little coral here. Look how pretty that is. Always looks nice in a shell bowl. And here's a little whelk. Oh, here's another one. 2 whelks. Little tulip, tipless tulip. And this isn't even really getting down there and checking out the shells. This is just me kind of casually kind of looking, not really sitting down and digging through. There's my shell bag. This is my first shell bag I ever made. This was my prototype, you guys, like probably like 5 or 6 years ago. It's been through it, let me tell you what. It's still going. It's a little faded. No rips or tears though, and it is holding lots of shells. That's just a crazy, crazy shell day today. Low tide here at Lighthouse Point. What a treat. What a real treat. This is just so fun. I know that a lot of you would love to be here. Oh, look here. So Barry and I have the Beat Up Alphabet Club, and we have a contest to find who can find the most beat up ugly alphabet cone. We don't have a contest on who can find the best alphabet cone. We have a contest on who can find the ugliest. So I think maybe I won on this one. This one looks like it's been around a little bit. Oh my word. So I don't actually think this one has any letters on it. This is like an alphabetless cone. So this might win the contest for today. Oh my, have to have fun shelling. It's not all about the perfect shells. You've got to have fun finding the imperfect ones too. I could just crouch down and sit here and see what I see. It's a little olive hiding right up here. Ooh, and here's a beautiful little baby cockle. My goodness, look how pretty. I love their patterns when they're babies and they get so big. It's hard to believe they start out so tiny. I mean, you'll never know like what you'll see by just kind of looking down. You'll never know what you'll see by just sitting here and looking. And here's a piece of a little nutmeg. It's got a little hole in it, but it's cute. Oh, there's a piece of an olive poking up right here in the sand. Over here's a little piece of a whelk poking up. Oh, it's a pretty one. Look at that. Look at the color on that one. So pretty. There's just so many fun shells. And here's a little tulip hiding here. Make sure there's nobody in there. Just sand. Yep. Just sand in there. Double check, triple check. Don't want to take anybody home by accident. I love those little tulips. They're so pretty. It's getting a little bit windy, so you can see the water kind of blowing a little bit, and I gotta keep my eye on my shell bag because the tide's coming in and I can see my shell bag is starting to sink a little bit. Keep my eye over there. Oh, look at this little pretty tulip. Oh my gosh, you guys, look at the color on this tulip. Holy cow, that one is beautiful. Oh, and it's empty. Fantastic. Oh my word. Baby tulip. Make sure nobody's in that one. Uh-oh, I gotta go back. My shell bag is sinking. I gotta go rescue my shell bag. I'm just gonna head over there and rescue it. Let me just check on the way back. Oh, it looks like right here there's a piece of a little tulip. I love these little tulips. They're so bright and pretty. Look at the pattern on that. So pretty. And here's kind of a white tulip. It's kind of worn a little bit. And there's lots of conchs. Love the conchs. So pretty. Different colors, patterns, sizes. I always love finding conchs. And let's see what we have here. All right, so it looks like we have a little whelk hiding here. Yep. And looks like we've got another little teeny conch. I mean, little teeny conch. The conchs are everywhere. And we've got a little whelk right here. Try to double check, triple check, make sure nobody's home in these shells. It looks like we've got a little drill here right in the middle. Got a little barnacle on it, but that's okay. Now let's move over a little more. I know I'm probably like missing a whole bunch of stuff, but I'm trying to kind of move along because the tide is coming in and all of this is going to be covered soon. Oh wait, look at this. Right here, is this a little nutmeg? Oh, it is. Look how cute. Love the little nutmegs. And here's a little drill, teeny tiny drill. We don't find a lot of nutmegs. It's my husband's favorite shell, and the ones we find usually are like kind of faded and broken, so it's nice to kind of find one in good condition. Let's check through these. Let's see, what's this, a cute little whelk? Is this a piece of a whelk? A whole whelk? A whole whelk. And you guys see how I'm like finding pieces of shells that are kind of like barely visible? I mean, like pieces of them. So you have to kind of like, even though there's obviously things that are up on the beach laying there, like right in front of you, you know, like this one right here, like obviously like it's just laying right there and you can't miss it, a little shark eye. Like it's just laying there waiting for you to pick it up, right? But there's other shells that aren't going to just be so visible that you have to look for. And you kind of have to look for them hiding. So always be looking for things that are buried in the sand that maybe you only see the tip of. Or like over here, like look at this tulip. It's just like waiting for you to pick it up, right? And right here, you can barely see this one, but this might be even a better tulip. Look at that. Look at this one, beautiful. But you might have missed that one, right? Because you could barely see it. It was hiding in sand. Oh, so here's, hold on, little button shell. Love little button shells. So let me give you guys like another example. Like over here, like there's a cockle, right? Like, you know it's a cockle, but you don't know if it's whole or not whole, and I'm gonna dig it out, and whoa, it's like way bigger than I was expecting, and it's beautiful and perfect. And then look over here, you can see here, this looks like a little piece of coral, kind of hiding, really pretty. Super pretty little piece of coral. And then over here, you've got like a piece of whelk, and you dig it up, and look, it's a beautiful whelk. Look how pretty this light colored whelk is. And there's a ton of people shelling here right now, and they all are missing these shells because you have to be looking for shells. Like over here, look at this one, okay? Like there's a shark eye and it's laying there saying, pick me up, right? But not all the shells are just laying there. You've gotta look for them, and some of them are gonna be hidden. So over here, look at all these shells. They're just laying there. There's cockle, there's conchs, there's a whelk, and they're just laying there saying, pick me up. But if you go and see this little piece of whelk right here and you dig it up, I mean, it might be a piece, it might be broken, it might be beat up, it might be beautiful, but if you're not looking for it, you won't find it. You'll walk right over it just like everybody else. So that's what I look for. I'm not necessarily looking for like all of the obvious shells. Like that's why I skip over so many of them. I'm looking for the kind of hidden shells, because for me, that's like part of the hunt, like the thrill of the hunt. So I want to kind of find the things that are hidden, like the hidden gems. I don't necessarily just want to go and pick up all the shells sitting there. And that's just me. That's just how I like to, that's how I like to find the fun stuff. It's the hidden stuff that you really can't see. And as I'm walking along here, I'm looking for the stuff that is hidden, that doesn't just stand out to my eye, and training my eye to see little patterns and shapes and tips of things hiding, peeking out from the sand. Let me get down a little bit so you guys can see. So here, I mean, this one's kind of in your face, right? A nice big conch and a really pretty tulip. And oh, look at this, you guys. There's a bubble shell inside the tulip. 2 for 1. And then right next to it, like, look, there's a really pretty conch right here, right next to it. But what else do you see? What else do you see? Right here, there's a tulip right underneath it, and it's a beautiful little tulip. Look how pretty. Yeah, and then right next to here, there's a little button shell. So like just right here in that little pile, there were shells. So when you come out here and there's a bunch of people shelling and they're grabbing up all the shells and you think there's nothing left, you can say, aha, I know what I'm looking for. I'm looking for everything people can't see. And you're gonna find some pretty awesome shells because you're gonna know exactly how to find them. Oh, look over here, you guys. Look at this pretty starfish. Oh my goodness. How pretty is the starfish? And he is alive, so I'll flip him upside down. You can see his little feet, little legs, little feet moving around. So they're usually fine for a couple hours out of the water and the tide's coming in, so no worries there. But this is a great place to just kind of look around and just see if you can find any fun shells and sea life. And oh, look over here, we've got an urchin. I don't know if this little guy's alive or not, so we'll look really close and see if, oh, he's definitely alive. You can see his legs moving. I'm gonna hold the camera real still so you guys can see his little legs moving. And this is his little mouth right in the middle. Let me kind of point there. And then you can see his mouth opening. Can you guys see it opening and closing? So he is definitely alive. Let's flip him over. And sometimes what's really cool about these creatures is they'll attach shells to them. Oh yeah, you guys can like really see them now. How cool is that? Can you see his little tentacles out here? Reaching around and feeling. Do you see him right here? Very cool. That is a really cool sight to see. But he'll use those little tentacles with those little suction cups to hang on to shells to protect him. That is very, very cool. I love the fun things. And I'll say it again, because I like to repeat myself for some people who might not get it the first time, but if you come to Sanibel Island and you are looking for sea life, you want to see sea life, sand dollars, starfish, live shells, if you want to experience sea life or show your kids sea life, if you've never seen a live cockleshell or a live whelk, you know, oh, speaking of, here, cockleshell right here. This is where you come, Lighthouse. And speaking of live cockleshells, never stick your finger in a live bivalve because you won't get your finger back. So educate your kids and make sure that you teach them to not point, to show them their eyes, like the scallops, and you're gonna get your finger stuck, and I promise you, your kids are gonna cry like they've never cried before, and it's gonna be really hard to get the shell open, so keep your fingers back. And this one is definitely alive, and this is definitely the place to see these awesome creatures. And I can tell you, in all of my years of coming and shelling, let me put him back, buried in the sand. There we go. And I will tell you, in all of my years of coming to Lighthouse, be prepared to not necessarily bring home a lot of shells because a lot of them are going to be alive. And you're gonna have to take a picture and you're gonna have to take a memory because a lot of them might be alive because that's just how it is here. And sometimes we have storms like this come through here and it's really cool to see a bunch of shells watch up. But typically, I mean, this is not typical. Typically, I have not seen that many kind of live or shell piles here. Usually I see live. Ooh, look at this olive. Woohoo, look at this big olive. Wow. But anyway, I have not seen like, you know, shell piles like this typically here. Oh, look at this little, oh, so pretty. I love these little dark baby conchs. Oh, I love this. Oh, and look, here's another little whelk hiding. Oh, look at that beautiful dark whelk. Wow. Oh my gosh, you guys, so many shells. So you can see the tide coming in and the water's getting a little fuzzy. And here's a little olive right here. Just kind of feel around with my hand because the visibility is kind of going with between the wind and the tide coming in. It's getting a little bit harder to see. And here's a little whelk covered with some barnacles there. Can you guys tell how windy it is? It's like blowing the water like crazy right now. Oh my gosh. Woo. And here's another little olive right here, kind of buried in the sand. Tide is going down. I mean, the sun is going down. Sun is going down. Tide is coming in. Well, that's like a country song. Sun is going down. Tide is coming in. I don't know. Oh my goodness. It's been a long day. It's 5 o'clock somewhere. Oh, let's see what we can see before we kind of lose our visibility and our light because the sun's going down too. So it's getting a little bit dark. And let's see. Oh, here's another little piece of a tulip here. Oh, and here's a little murex. Look at the pink tip on this murex. Oh my gosh, that is beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. My gosh, you guys. Shelling is just so good. And you know, part of the reason we just try to stay out as long as we can is because it might not be like this tomorrow. Oh, you guys see this right here? There's a little whelk right here just hiding. But tomorrow, I mean, all these shells might be gone, literally. Here today, gone tomorrow. They might be completely gone. So we try to do what we can to enjoy the shells while they're here. And oh, look at this. Let me see. Go over here and see if this is alive. It might be alive. Let's see if it's might be alive, and you guys will get to, oh, it's not alive. Look at that. Oh my gosh, that's a pretty one. Nice, big, beautiful. Look at the contrast on that one. Great. And here's another one right here. Let's see. Is this one alive? Nope. Look at this sea urchin. This one's not alive. Okay, so let's see if it's broken. Nope, it's whole. So let's take a look. You guys can see that there's no spines. It's completely empty. And it's absolutely in perfect condition. So now it's going to be a challenge to get it back in one piece because they are really fragile. So I might be having to send some urchins out in the beach treasure boxes one of these days. I think somebody might like to get an urchin in there. What do you guys think? Let me know if one of you would like to receive a surprise urchin. Oh, I wanted to show you guys a live whelk, but I'm sure we'll find another live whelk another time. All right, let me give you guys one quick view of the sunset before we go. Let me come over here, and it is just beautiful. I mean, it doesn't get much prettier than that here. You can see the pier right there. And of course, here's the lighthouse. And thank you guys so much again for your support. Over here is the Sanibel Causeway. Over to the, oh, there's a pretty little bird. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I sure appreciate you tuning into the Virtual Shelling Network, and I will see you guys again soon.